أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a series of errors and correction from Huda TV. Brothers and sisters, dear viewers, this show or this program is actually to clear some errors that Muslims may fall into. In the previous episodes, we have covered many errors and correction. In this episode also, we're going to continue tackling some errors and the correction for that error. Also, one of the things that one of the major errors is the person who approves fornication or adultery in his family. We call him ad-dayuth. Ad-dayuth is the person who approves other people come or approach his family and have sexual intercourse with them, whether his wife or his daughters or his sister. This is absolutely major sin. Al-muhallil wal-muhallillah. This is another issue, my brother and sister. When a divorce took place between a man and his woman, especially when it is the third divorce. You know, my brother and sister, in Islam, the Muslim should not really give talaq, divorce to his wife 3 times in one time. It should be actually gradual. It should be first divorce, and then after she come back to him, and then if God forbid they want to divorce again, this is second divorce, and then the third one. So if the third one took place between a man and his wife, then this wife will not be, he cannot return her back. He cannot have her back until she is married to another person. And unfortunately, there are some people who he will make that lady lawful to her husband. You know that in Islam, when the third talaq take place, the woman will not be able to come back to her husband until she married an actual marriage, a real marriage to other person. And then if that man didn't like her, didn't love her, then he divorced her, then she go back, then she can come back to her husband after finish the iddah. Because the iddah for the first divorce, as you are aware, my sisters, and also my brothers, is actually 3 cycles of menstruation, whether in the first talaq or the second talaq. And also on the third talaq, women has no iddah. When you divorce your wife the third time, she doesn't have iddah. She can immediately go to her family. But in the first one, no. She has iddah. During this iddah, if you want to bring her back, she come back. The same thing applies to second divorce. She has iddah. But now, what happened? There are some people, they're trying to be nice to the father or to that person, who divorced his wife third time. Then he will say, okay, I will, to do you a favor, I will marry your wife, the one you divorced her third time, and then I will divorce it for you. This is absolutely haram. This is one of the major errors some Muslims fall into without noticing. Some of the people, they think he's doing a favor. He thinks that he did a big favor for that man, but he didn't know that he is committing a sin, and he committed a very major error, or actually a sin. So this is absolutely, we call it al-muhallil or al-muhallil lahu, which means the one that is this done for him. Al-muhallil is the guy who married that woman to make it lawful for her husband. And the one, al-muhallil lahu is the husband, the one before. The one who will waiting for this man to marry his wife, then he will receive her again. So that's why, Rasulullah cursed al-muhallil wal-muhallil lahu. Rasulullah, he said, the one who does this to make the lady lawful for her husband is cursed, and the husband who approved this, that other guy married his wife and divorced her also is cursed. So this is absolutely, even if this man, the new one, is doing it for you as a favor, don't accept it, because you never know the reason, the wisdom that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the woman who divorced third time must not come back or return back to her husband until she's married. This is actually a warning for us. We are husband, warning us to think million times before we divorce the third time. Because if you do, then this is what's going to happen. Somebody else will marry your wife, and she may fall in love with him, and he will not come to you. And don't expect that this man who is going to marry my wife, the one I divorced 3 times, he may divorce her. No. Well, that's why Allah said she must marry somebody else, in a case of the third divorce. And then she must, Rasulullah he said, يجب أن تذوق عسيلته ويذوق عسيلتها, which means he must taste her pleasure, he must taste her pleasure, and she must taste his pleasure. Which means they must have sexual intercourse, not just married and divorced. He must have sexual intercourse with her, and then if he didn't like her, the new guy, then he can, after he divorces, a real divorce, then you can have her back. But don't have any agreement under the table between you and him. Also, my brother and sister, one of the also major error, and some Muslim, unfortunately fall into, especially lately, the people who are, some men are resembling, imitating women, and some men and some women are imitating or resembling men. And this is absolutely one of the major error. And imitating, maybe in talking, maybe in clothes, maybe in some movement, because Rasulullah ﷺ has cursed the women who are imitating and resembling men, and also cursed the men who are actually imitating or resembling women. Rasulullah ﷺ said, لعن الله المتشبهات من النساء بالرجال والمتشبهين من الرجال بالنساء. May Allah curse those women who are resembling or imitating men, and may Allah curse men who are resembling and trying to be like women. Also, one of the actually major error some women may fall into also, when they call in Arabic al-wasila, wal-namisah, wal-washima, wal-mutafallija. Al-wasila, my sisters, is the one she make connection, she make extra hair, false hair, and she take her hair, when she have short hair, then she take that short and then connect it with, fabricated hair. And this is absolutely to deceive and to mislead, people may be asking her hand. And this is also, whether she wants to mislead or not, this action, this should be forbidden in Islam. Should not make connection to your hair. And Namisah is the one she pull the hair of the eyebrow, taking the hair and to make it straight. If it is really, you should not pull the hair, but to put some kahl, this black makeup, on the eyebrow, that's halal. But or even you make it in your eyes, but to pull and extract the hair from eyebrow, this is actually al-washima, is the one who actually going and to make tattoos in her body, whether in her face or on her hand or on her thigh, or unfortunately some women they do tattoos on very, very sensitive area, especially on the private parts, and this is absolutely also are cursed. Al-mutafallija is the one to want to make spaces, to make gap between her teeth. She come to the teeth and then try to sharp, in between And this is what you call mutafallija. Also, this is a major error because the Rasulullah ﷺ said, لعن الله الواصلة والمستوصلة والواشمة والمستوشمة والنامصة والمتنمصة والمتفلجات للحسن لمغيرات خلق الله. Al-wasila, as I mentioned, is the one have to connect fabricated hair or false hair to her hair. This is al-wasila. Al-mustawsila is the one doing this for that lady. You know, maybe this lady cannot do it herself, then she will go to some certain lady or certain, you know, area places, or go sometime to a friend, you know, in her house or in body shop places, and then she asks him to do this. Al-mustawsila is the one is connecting, but you know, she's the one doing that for her. Al-washima is the one who make, you know, as I said, tattoos, or make some redness on her cheese, you know, or make it green with tattoos. An-namisa, as I said, is the one who take in pulling and extracting the eyebrow hair. Al-mutafallija, as I explained. Now we will come into talk about some errors in food, you know, and also some the meat we eat, you know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has warned us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you know, وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا مِمَّا لَمْ يُذْكَرِ اسْمُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ وَإِنَّهُ لَفِسْقٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has warned us that we should not eat anything that the name of Allah was not mentioned on it. In other words, you know, if those people who slaughter the baby or killing the animal by electric shock, or even slaughtering it, but they did not say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, they did not mention the name of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, don't eat from this, don't eat. Also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but in the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَطَعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ حِلٌّ لَكُمْ وَطَعَامُكُمْ حِلٌّ لَهُمْ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the permission, we eat from the food of the people of the book. The people of the book are the Christian and the Jews. And also they are allowed to eat from our food. So both of us, you know, Muslim, but if you are sure 100% that the food or this meat is being killed by electric shock, you should not eat. And even when you eat, then you say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Brother and sister, we conclude our episode for this time. We're looking forward to see you again, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.